Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very special treat for you today. Flex Lewis is in the house. BSN Ambassador 212, Mr. Olympia, reached the pinnacle of the sport. Flex, welcome to Australia. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Nick. Pleasure as always.
And to give us your time here, we really appreciate it. This guy's got one of the best arms in pro bodybuilding. He's the 212 champion, but these arms are absolutely spectacular. He does something very, very special. This is what Flex does. He's going to give us his tricep secrets. Flex, tell us about this big giant set that you personally do. Why do you do this and what are the benefits?
It's something I've done for the last couple of years. Actually, now for myself, I don't train arms as much as I used to, but arms are a weak point for myself. If you look at some of the old footage or some old pictures that were surfacing when I done my first photo shoots, my arms are again a point that I needed to break up. So what I done was I specifically focused on triceps on one day and biceps. I give them their own day, just like some guys give their own day for back,
yes,
chest, whatever else. So this is one of the exercises that I predominantly would use every single workout. Now, again, I go into a gym and I always have different workouts and different exercises that I hit.
Yep.
But for triceps, this is something I used to do religiously, and it hits every angle of the tricep, the three heads, and you're going to see with this workout now why, and you guys are going to try it at home, why this is such a dynamic and crazy start to your tricep workout.
So this is just the beginning to the tricep workout?
This is the beginning. I would normally do no less than 3 sets of this, and bear in mind, this is 100 reps starting off from the block. So your triceps are going to be like, holy moly, what the heck is going on here?
Awesome. All right. Flex Lewis, 212 champion, Mr. Olympia. Show us how it's done Flex style.
Let's do this, Nick.
Number 1, rope press down.
So what we're going to do, the first set is 20 reps. As you can see, the weight range is sort of mediocre weight. There's nothing too heavy. You know, we could be doing the stack, but that we'll be just hitting. Obviously, with this workout, you're going to get the high volume aspect of things. This is not a heavy workout, working set. High volume is the key here, putting a lot of blood in the muscle, stretching that fascia. And again, we're going to start off here with row push downs, wide grip, 20 reps, and squeezing the head on the way down.
Beautiful.
Nice and controlled, and throwing them out to the bottom.
So you're really getting that squeeze at the bottom, going out
right
to the side. And you can see the constant tension, folks, on Flex's triceps. Even when he's lowering the weight, the tension is still there on the working muscle. You can see it. You can't miss it, folks. So this would typically be 20 reps, yeah?
20 reps. Let's say we've done 20 reps right here. Now squeezing the arms out. Now we're going to go to close grip.
With no break in between.
No break in between. And again, you're stretching them past the conventional point. Normally, most people come to here and straight down.
Yes.
Where here we're going right up. So yeah, you're basically, your forearms are coming slightly up to your head.
Gotcha.
You can sometimes people like to squat down. I try and keep up and counterbalance myself.
Okay, but
so again,
still the hips are back. Look
yes,
at the angle of the upper body, folks. This is something that's very different from the variation of the first one, right, Flex?
Yes. So again, it looks like you're actually doing a rope push down, you know, behind the head.
Yep.
But again, you're using the leverage and throwing your triceps down. A lot of people will try and swing this down like this.
Yep.
It's a real tight formatted push down. So again, if you look, it's only the triceps that are working. You're not trying to throw the weight down like this.
Yep.
It's very tight in the pocket. Again, squeezing it down.
And you're using a weight that you can handle with good form,
Using a
right?
weight you can handle. So again, we've done that.
20 reps.
Right over here to this bar. So again, we're working within the cable crossovers. This is a close grip push down with the easy bar. Why I use the easy bar is because it runs in the hands. So you could use a straight fixed bar.
Yep.
But again, what you find is when you're pushing down, you need that extra leverage.
Right.
As I'm going to show you now. So again, I'm throwing, my thumbs are out. This is something or you could use what's called a suicide grip. I throw my thumbs out like this. This is something I've always done though. And I'm throwing them right through. So I'm using my wrists to push through. Again, if it was a straight bar, you can get that squeeze, but with the easy bar and the turn, look, I'm getting just that extra squeeze.
Yep. Extra, and it's safer for the wrists as well, right?
Yes, it is.
And look at the angle of the upper body, folks. Flex's hips are back a little bit. See the angle of his upper arm is out from his body slightly.
So again, say this is coming up to now 18, 19, 20. That's not my Welsh counting, I'm just...
Yep.
But we're then going wide here on the easy, and again, same bar, easy bar, and I'm actually throwing my body right out. Again, it's like I'm sitting in a chair, or going to sit in a chair, should I say.
Gotcha. Yep.
Throwing my hips out, and I'm again stretching behind the head and throwing them straight forward. The bar, throwing it forward. I don't know if what sort of how you could describe this, Nick, but to the viewers, well, for me, I'm stretching back here, and I'm throwing it right through.
And you're keeping tension because the arms are where they're at in front of the body. There's a lot of tension on the tricep at the bottom part of the movement, right?
Definitely.
It's a real constant tension. Different angles, folks, different grips. This is, you know, you look at the development, and this is why Flex is using so much variety just in the first group of exercises.
So again,
another 20 reps.
We've done 20 reps. So total now we've done 4 exercises and finishing off on this. So you can either do, when it gets to this part here, you can either drop the weight slightly, maybe a plate. It all depends. Now, bear in mind, you've got a lot of blood in the muscle, a lot of fatigue, but you still have to keep that tension in. So sometimes you can keep it the same, maybe drop a plate, but you don't need to go heavier.
So again, folks, using a weight where you can use great exercise technique. Watch the form here, guys.
Yeah, and stretching as far as you come back. Without being pulled back, you're in a groove where your body is being thrown forward, but you've got that counterbalance.
Yep.
And keeping your elbows tight, keeping the ropes together. You're not trying to throw the ropes out. This is what I do. Keep the ropes together.
Keep them together.
But I'm stretching as far as I can back.
This is what you notice. Look at the stretch here, guys. And because the upper arm is up by his ears here, it's an amazing stretch movement. And the smart guys here, Flex is, you know, one of the smartest, if not the smartest pro around. Finishing with a stretch exercise is a great way to stretch that fascia.
And what I do here, Nick, as well, say this is 18,
yep,
19, 20,
yep.
I stretch, and hold it, and I power up, back down. Power up, back down. Power up, and this is 3, 4, 5.
So it's not 100 reps, it's 105.
It's 105. This guy's smart. Maybe you're the most intelligent bodybuilder. We've done 105 reps with the addition of a power 5 at the very end. Now that power 5 at the end is phenomenal because you're basically now totally fatigued. You've done what you can do, but when you're sitting in that pocket and you're allowing your body to stretch on the last 5,
yep,
you're powering out. Now you won't be able to maximize that full stretch, but as long as you're keeping consistent tension in them arms, it's like you're powering up. And again, it's a safe power factor because you're not going to do anything but up. You know, it's not like as long as you're not overstretching yourself, yep, that is where the injury is going to occur. But you're keeping yourself in a position where, let me think, with explosive fibers. Again, you're hitting, it's all about hitting fibers and fast twitch, slow twitch fibers throughout my workout, and this
yep,
is an explosive motion,
yep,
at the very end of a high volume exercise.
And coming out of that stretch, exploding out of a full stretch position is what really causes those micro tears, right? And
definitely.
And what effect does it have on the fascia? Because we hear a bit about this fascia stretching training and so forth. That's why you pick the stretch exercise to finish, right? If this final exercise here with a big stretch, you're stretching the fascia, which we hear you talk about so much previously. Explain to the good people at home, what is the fascia and what is the benefit of stretching it in this type of format? What are you trying to do?
Well, the fascia is something that surrounds the muscle, and your muscle ability to grow, Nick, only basically it can grow within the exception of the fascia that surrounds it. So
right,
if you've got a very tight fascia, then your muscle's only going to grow to a certain extent. So what a lot of guys don't do, or have the lack of knowledge on the subject of not stretching our fascia, and they will train our muscle to the max. They'll kill it, but then they don't stretch. They don't have deep tissue massage that I incorporate a lot of. And again, I put my hand up. I was one of them guys who, young, you know, at the end of the year, loved training, went in and killed it, and then left the gym, and I was there, you know, a couple hours later or whatever, and had no clue about the fascia or stretching or anything like that. And I came from a rugby background which was full of stretching.
Yeah.
And then when I started incorporating knowledge into my training and reading up, you know, the ability of the internet wasn't there when I was coming up. So not to sound like an old guy already, but now knowledge is there. There's no excuse. So going into the shows, I pretty much have a lot of deep tissue massage because my body is so limited in calories, it's so tight, restrictions of water and everything else, that fascia gets super tight. And in the off season, I pretty much have a deep tissue every 10 days, which allows me then to go past plateaus. Again, like I said, if you've got something that's surrounding this is the fascia and that is the muscle, now I can put as much blood in the muscle as possible, but then if my fascia is tight, then that's how much it's going to go. But if I've got the ability to stretch our fascia, and that muscle within, you know, your growth's endless.
Beautiful.
I mean, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, Nick, but that's pretty much.
No, you've explained it really well. So folks, incorporate some fascia stretching training into your training system, get your deep tissue massage and do your stretching to stretch that fascia to give the muscle room to grow.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can guarantee your arms like Flex. I've been trying for years and it hasn't happened, but I'm going to incorporate more into my training. But that's exercise number one. That's a great group of exercise, 105 reps to get started. So you do 3 sets of these.
I actually can do, you can do as much as you want, to be honest. I've done up to 6, to be honest, Nick.
Wow, just to start.
To start. And again, with me now, I'm going into the Olympia and the Arnold, I pretty much done very limited arm workouts because, again, I was focusing on other body parts. I was hitting my chest twice, pretty much every 5 to 6 days. So there was a lot of tricep involvement, and then on back, I was having some indirect stimulation with biceps. So I wanted to keep them 2 body parts full, and I did throw an arm workout in here and there. And this was one of the exercises that I used. Again, you know, going in to the Olympia, I would do maybe 3 or 4 working sets of this, another two other different exercises, and I was done. But of old, when I was off season, I was just focusing on that tricep day. Man, this was one of the exercises I might do 3, maybe 6.
Wow.
So that's 600 sets before moving on to another 4 or 5 working sets. So needless to say, my training partners used to love me. So.
It's a good start to the workout, 600 reps. So that's exercise number 1, folks. Great tip for you guys at home and girls. Let's move on now to exercise number 2.